Did you know that most people that start studying to pass their A plus certification never actually finish it, never actually take and pass the certification exam? Now, the reason for that is because they're lost. In other words, they're not sure where to start, where to keep continuing. Maybe they're losing motivation. Maybe they don't have a path to succeed. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys a 30-day study plan, a plan that you can follow step by step, day by day, that you can use in order to become A+ certified in as little as 30 days. So in this video, let's get right into it. I'm Andrew Ramdial, and I'm the creator of one of Udemy's best-selling A+ course. I've been teaching A+ for over 20 years to tens of thousands of students. So let's get started. So what I have for you guys is a downloadable study plan. Check the links below. You can download it and you can start using it. But please watch the video in full. Speed me up if you like. Watch this entire video so you understand how to use the study plan. Because my students that use the study plan, 90% of them that follows the study plan actually becomes A+ certified. So I want to get into that study plan. Here and take a look at it. So let's take a look at it. So here is the study plan. And this is a 30-day study plan. And this study plan is going to take you about 60 to 90 hours worth of time to study. So you're going to be taking, by the way, if you don't know this, your A+ exam is 2 exams. It's the Core 1 and the Core 2 exam. So this 30 days, you're going to pass both of those exams. Now, is it going to be easy? Well, good things in life is not easy, all right? That's the first thing we got to remember. Good things in life are never easy. So is it going to be easy? No, you're going to have to put in a lot of time and a lot of effort to get it done. As you can see, 60 to 90 hours. Now, it is a board exam, and it is going to be Core 1 is known as Exam 220-1101, and the Core 2 is currently 220-1102. Now, I do want to point out that the study plan is going to be following my course, so you would probably need my course in order to follow along with it. And you would also need the practice exams that comes in those courses. Now, these courses are not terribly expensive. They're relatively cheap. The links are all in the description below. They're also in the downloadable PDF. So let's take a look at this. So a couple of quick things here before we get into the day-by-day plan. Number one is that you're going to study for about 2 to 3 hours per day. All right, that's straight off the bat. Every day for 30 days, 2 to 3 hours. Now, let me ask you guys a question. Can you dedicate 2 to 3 hours a day to study? If you could, you're going to be good. There are quick quizzes. At the end of each section in my courses, you're going to find that there are quick quizzes or quizzes at the end of each section. Now, I do want to point out that people say 30 days. Now, this study plan is designed actually to take 1 to 2 months to complete. You could finish it in a month. You could go 30 days straight. But I recommend taking off 1 to 2 days of studying per week. So take off 1 to 2 days a week. So I know that sounds crazy. You just said, Andrew, you just said 30 days. I didn't say 30 consecutive days. 30 consecutive days means you're studying for 30 every day for 30 days. What I'm thinking about is 30 days, but you're probably doing 5 days a week or 6 days a week studying. You need to take a day off of studying. Okay, that's what you should be doing. Don't study. I don't recommend studying 7 consecutive days. Maybe you take Sundays off. Maybe you take Saturdays off. Whatever works for you. Maybe there's a day in the week that you work a lot of hours. That day, don't study. I don't want you studying tired. If you're tired and you're studying, you're probably not going to remember anything, and you're probably not going to be able to do all the exercises. So keep that in mind. This study plan should take you 1 to 2 months to study. Now, if you have the time, maybe you're not working, maybe you're unemployed, or maybe you got a reduced work schedule. Maybe you could do it in a month. So that's going to be up to you. But I recommend 1 to 2, maybe about, I would say 5-6 weeks to finish it. Now, it is outlined day by day in what to complete. So if you look at the study plan, you'll notice I'm telling you what to do on day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. So I'm actually telling you what to do on specific days of it. One of the things that I'm going to tell you guys that I've said in every one of the courses that I teach is, don't study to pass a test. What do we mean by that? When you're studying to pass a test, what that means is you're just memorizing brain dumps. You're memorizing test questions, and you're not actually knowing the concepts. Now, there's one thing you know about my class, or students that have taken my class, I'm very hands-on. If you look at my course, it's really, really hands-on. I give a lot of demonstrations. If you watch in my Core 1 class, I do a lot of operating system utilities, a lot of clicks, a lot of menus. I do a lot of demonstrations. You should be doing those things also. Study like you're becoming a PC technician. Study like you want to be an A+ certified PC technician or support engineer or something. Just don't study to pass a test. Gain the skills needed for a job, not just to pass a test. That's super important. It doesn't make sense if you have a certification, but you don't have the skill. Remember, certification gets you an interview. It doesn't get you a job. The skills gets you a job. Keep that in mind. Okay, so each of these exams, Core 1, it takes 15 days. Core 2 is also going to take 15 days to do, and you're going to see that in a second, all right? So it's 15 days, 15 days. It's actually 29 days. Now, one of the things I highly recommend, I just spoke about, is building a home lab. I want you guys to build a home lab so you can become more confident. Now, I'm going to do another video on how to build an A+ home lab, but you need to build a home lab. You need to have a computer that you can use in order to install operating systems on, because you're going to have to know Linux commands, obviously Windows, a whole bunch of Windows commands, Windows utilities. And in the course, I do a lot of labs. So you guys should have a decently powerful machine so you can build a lab and follow along with me. Remember, study to gain skills, not just to pass a test. Now, you're going to want to pass the Core 1, Core 2. Make sure you do all the practice exams. Technically, this could be used with any instructor's class if they follow the exam objectives, but it's built, of course, to follow my class. Now, notice I said don't study for more than 3 hours a day. I don't believe people should study too many hours. If you're studying too many hours, you're going to start forgetting. You're going to get fatigued. You're going to start hating studying. Okay, I never study for more than 3 hours. I have 66 certifications currently, and I don't think I've ever studied for more than 3 or 4 hours in my life on a single given day. Sometimes I was doing cram sessions, and maybe those would go up to 3-4 hours, but you're not going to remember. You study for 5-6 hours, guys. After hour number 3 and number 4, you're not going to remember anything. So don't waste your time with it. So that's my recommendation. Okay, let's get into the actual study plan itself. So here we go. This is going to be the A+, the Core 1. All right, so 220. This is going to be a 15-day study plan. And the day one, this is going to be scary. I know day one is going to be pretty scary. Day one is going to be the scariest day of your life. And why is that? Because one of the first things you're going to do is you're going to register for the actual exam. You're going to register to take your A+ exam when you start studying for it. Now, this sounds absolutely crazy, right? You haven't studied, you haven't finished studying, you haven't even started studying, you haven't done any practice exams. But Andrew, you want us to go and register for the test? Oh, yeah. So here's the thing that I found. And when I say a lot of people start the certification process, they start studying, whether it was my course or anybody's course, or it doesn't matter. They start the process, and you know what they don't do? They don't finish it. You know why? Because there's no reason to finish it. For you, what I want to do is I want to force you to do it. You see, a lot of us work better under pressure. People think that I'm not a procrastinator. I'm a big procrastinator. I'm the biggest procrastinator on the earth. But I've taken over 100 exams. Why? Because I pre-scheduled almost all of them. The first day that you want to start studying for your exam, you go. Like if you want to be A+ certified in the future, do me a favor right now. Right now, go and schedule your exam. I don't care if you buy my course. You don't have to buy my course. You don't have to use anything from me. If there's one thing you're going to gain out of this video is please go and schedule your exam. Go and schedule your Core 1 or your Core 2 exam for 15, 18, or maximum 20 days from today. What that's going to do is that's going to force you to actually start studying. How do you schedule the test? To schedule your exam, you go to vue.com, all right? That's virtualuniversityenterprise.com, vue.com. Search for CompTIA, create an account, schedule the exam. You can pay for the exam right there on the website, or you can purchase an exam voucher from other places on the internet for generally a little bit cheaper. So what this is going to do is this is something that I want you to must do because this is going to ensure that you study. The closer the exam date, the more you study. If there's no exam date, there's no reason to study. So this is going to force you to stay to your schedule. Trust me on this. Please, guys, if there's one thing you get out of this video, is just that. Okay, day one. Now, in the course, if you're following me in the course, every section has a certain amount of videos and a certain amount of hours. Every day I have 2 to 3 hours of, every day you're going to be studying for 2 to 3 hours. So like this day one, you should be able to finish the introduction and section 2 IT fundamentals within those 2 to 3 hours. Now, sections 3 and 4, mobile devices and networking. These sections are pretty big, especially that networking section. So this is going to take up day 2, day 3, day 4. So this is going to take you 3 days to finish these sections. Remember, you're going through all the videos, you're practicing the labs that goes along with them, and you're doing those quick quizzes. Each of those sections has a little exam at the end. Day 5 and 6, hardware is big. Core 2 has a ton of hardware questions. So this is going to be big. This is going to take you 2 days to finish. Section 5, hardware. Day 7, virtualization and cloud is pretty quick. You just got to know some virtualization concepts. And then you got your troubleshooting section, which is just memorizing the steps. Let's get rid of this extra bullet point there. Day 8 and 9, this is basically you're doing practice tests. So when you get the course, make sure to get the practice exams that comes with it. I have 6 amazing practice tests. Looks exactly like the real test. You gotta practice the questions, guys. If you don't practice questions, you're not going to be ready for the actual test. So day 8 and 9, do mock exam 1 and 2. You can do one mock exam one day. And then when you're done, review that mock exam, what you do. Maybe on day 9, you do mock exam 2, and then review the notes. Day 10 and 11, same thing. Mock exams 3 and 4, review your notes. When I say review, here's what I'm talking about. When you finish the exam, first of all, there are about 90-something questions. Each of those exams are 90 minutes. So when you finish the exam for 90 minutes in that one day, review what you got wrong, what you got right. See what you're doing wrong. Say, hey, man, I don't understand this. Maybe I can rewatch a video section of it. So that's what you're doing there. Day 12 and 13, basically exams 5 and 6. There's 6 mock exams in that set. Now comes day 14. All right, so this is day 14. Oops, forgot to label this day 14. So this is going to be day 14. Now, day 14 is the day before the test. Now, you notice that here I say schedule it for 15 to 18 days from the starting. So right now, you're ready. You're coming up to the day before the test, right? Day 15, you're taking your test. Day 14 is going to be a day that I want you to rest. I don't want you to study. Okay, a day before a big exam, try not to study. Listen, you shouldn't have been procrastinating, or at least I hope you haven't been procrastinating. So what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to wake up early, all right, and go through your day. Now, if you have some things you want to study, maybe some port numbers or some IP addressing, things like that, maybe you just want to do a quick review, no more than a few minutes. I need to keep your mind clear. The best asset you have going into that exam room the next day, day 15, is a good night's sleep. Now, how are you going to get a good night's sleep? So exam anxiety is real. I'm telling you guys, it is real. So the way to get over it is that I want you to wake up early. I recommend like 5 o'clock. This way you can go to bed early that night and get a good night's sleep. Do not drink alcohol, all right, or anything that may disturb your sleep. The main thing here is that I don't want you to be nervous going to bed that night. All right, and that's important because you see exam anxiety the day before that test, you start getting nervous, you start getting butterflies in your stomach, you start worrying. You're basically worried about failing, right? That's the bottom line. The root cause of your nervousness is that you're worried about failing. Now, there's a couple of things I want to point out here. I want you guys to keep in mind that it's just a test. It's not something that's life or death. Except that you might fail. Keep your nerves calm. All right, that's what you got to do. You got to understand that this is just an exam. It is not like you're going for a test that may screen you for potential massive health problems. Maybe you got pain somewhere and the doctor said, you know what, you might have cancer. Let's go do a test for that. That's not this, all right? This is just a test to test your skills. God forbid you don't pass, you can take it again. CompTIA is not going to penalize you. Yeah, you might lose a few $100, but you know what? It's not the end of it. It's nothing to lose a good night's sleep for. So keep telling yourself that it's not life or death. If I fail, I'm going to take it again. I need you to stay calm because I need you to sleep. Now, exam day. All right, let's wake up early. If you exercise, stay awake. I exercise almost every day. I know you can't tell, but I do. Eat a well-balanced meal. I'm telling you guys, don't drink too much coffee, but I do recommend a small amount. Caffeine is good because it keeps you alert, but too much of it makes you jitter. Drink whatever amount of caffeine it takes to keep you alert without making your hands tremble. Maybe I'm old and maybe that's what happens when you get old, but that's what it is. Take the exam. Go in, how do you take this test? Now, most of us are going to be taking it at home on our computers. The A+ exam is generally taken at home. You have a laptop, you sit in front of your laptop at home, you have a webcam, you have a microphone, you put it on generally on your laptop, and you take this exam at home. So that's where most people take it. You sit down in a quiet room, you go through all the questions. It's going to be really similar to the practice or your mock exams that I give you in the mock exam course. So go through that, take it, hopefully you pass it, and boom, you're A+ certified halfway. So now you've finished Core 1. I want you guys, don't celebrate yet. You're not A+ certified, all right? You're half certified. You need to get the other half. That's the Core 2. Now, you already got the study habits in you. Now, maybe you take a day off, maybe you don't. And then you move on to the next exam now. You got to get your Core 2. Now, I prefer Core 2. I'm a big fan of Core 2. I'm not a hardware person. If you watch me do the hardware section of the course, I'm not a big hardware person. I build my own machines and all this great stuff, the one behind us. But I'm not a big hardware person. I like playing with software. I like working on Windows. If you guys know, I teach a lot of security classes, and I teach a lot of things like ethical hacking. So I do a lot of software-based stuff. So in Core 2, you're going to be dealing a lot with those operating systems. So in this one, start day 16 and 17. Notice it'll take you 2 days for this. You got an introduction to operating system. But you got this operating system section. This is going to be big. This is going to take you a long time. The introduction is just a few minutes. It's the operating system that's going to take you 4 or 5 hours to complete. Then day 18, 19 is a big section on security in this course. So make sure you go through that, section 3. Section 4, you got the troubleshooting section, troubleshooting operating system, all the different commands. Operational procedures should be decently quick. This should be a pretty short day on day 21. Now, you go back to doing more mock exams. There's 6 mock exams. Once again, same with Core 1. I got 6 mock exams for Core 2. All right, so you start going through it, mock exam 1 and 2, review your notes, take your exam. Remember, if you're doing one of these exams, what I want you guys to do is to then follow up that day with whatever you got wrong. So for example, if you do mock exam 1, finish it, see what you got right, see what you got wrong. Go ahead, review all of it. I give you amazing explanations why it's wrong. Maybe you want to review a couple of videos. Then the next day, do the next mock exam. Same thing here. We're doing 1 and 2, then 2 more days, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. Day 28 is the day before the test. Now, I don't actually have it at 30 days. I know I put 30 days at the top, but it actually came out to 29 days. 30 days sounds better than 29. Maybe you take 1 day off. So we got day 28, same thing as the day before the test. Don't study, I recommend. Wake up early. Again, it's just a test. Try not to be nervous. And day 29, wake up early, take your test. Same thing as day before. And now you can celebrate, because once you pass, once you finish that, boom, you are A+ certified. So that's how you would do it. This is a 30-day study plan. Now, I told you guys at the beginning of this that you should take 1 to 2 months to finish this. And you're saying, but isn't it 30 days? Here's how you're going to do it. Here's how you follow the study plan. What you guys should be doing is make it real. Just don't download it. Remember, you can download this absolutely free. Just don't download this and try to go through day 1, day 2. What I want you guys to do is make it real. How do we make this study plan real? Well, what I want you guys to do is to take this study plan. Let me give this a quick save because I'm going to be uploading this one. What I want you guys to do is to take the study plan and replace it with actual days when you're going to be studying. So what I want you guys to do is replace day 1. Maybe you're studying June 6th. And this is June. What is this? This is 3 days. This is June 7, 8, 9. All right, so let's put in here June. And then maybe we're going to take June 10th off because that's the day that we want to take. Maybe that we got a lot of work those days. Maybe that's a Wednesday. You work extra late those days. So maybe instead of June. Now we said this is 2 days, right? 5, 6. So you take 10 off. So this is going to be 11 and 12. Hopefully you get the point here. So what I'm doing here is I'm customizing the study plan to my schedule. That way, you know, hey, today is June 8th. I need to be studying this. Today is June 10th. I need to be studying this. That way, you have a strict study plan that you're following. Now, all of my students that does this, 90% of them go on to become A+ certified. And one of the main reasons that they actually are very successful is because they pre-schedule the test. You know what I did forget to mention is when we get down here to, you know what? Let me replace this here because I'm going to give you guys this. I'm going to make this downloadable for you guys in the description once again. So when you guys come here, day 16, what you guys should do is schedule the exam. Schedule the Core 2 exam. All right, you want to make sure you do that. Maybe for 15 to 18 days. Oh, wait. So what that means is you're always studying with the exam on your shoulder. Never go about studying without scheduling that test. Take that to me, guys. I've been doing this a long time. I've been taking certification exams for 25 years now. So trust me, this process works. Okay, if you guys really enjoy this study plan, please follow it, all right? Go through it, pass your A+. Listen, the hardest thing about the A+ certification is not the knowledge. It's not the building the labs. That's the fun part. Learning it is the fun part. The hardest part about an A+ certification is the time and the dedication. You have to put in the time. You have to put in the effort. IT is an amazing career. As the world becomes more digital, more technology, as AI starts to take over everything is going to be dependent on technology. And you know what? You having the certification makes you a great asset to the world. So use the study plan, become A+ certified. Now, if you found value in this video and you absolutely like it, I would love it if you can subscribe to the channel, give the video a like. I'll see you in the next video.